All right, so we just heard about a bunch of tools. There's Selenium testing, there's tracing, there's application monitoring, there's NoSQL databases. They're all in that room back there. There'll be plenty of time to talk about tools. And even though I'm with the tools vendor, I'm not going to talk about tools. I'm going to talk about people. Being on a dysfunctional team is no fun. And it will bleed into your personal life, and it will bleed into your products. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take you through something that we do at Atlassian. We've open sourced these. We're going to take you through how we help build our teams and our people so that they can do the best work of their lives. That's our goal with the teams we manage. So my name's Sean. I started my career in IT, and I ticked off Dr. Dre. He sued me, as did Metallica. I had too many files. That was a traumatic experience, but that was part of my time as a sysadmin. I then moved into infrastructure roles, worked on DR teams, security response teams, and I've now moved on to the dev side with Atlassian. So I've been able to be a part of teams on all sides of this. And one experience that stuck out for me when I'm not working, I prefer to be skiing. I was in Tahoe on a vacation, and it was with the previous company, but I was in the middle of a very long incident. It was over a 48-hour incident. Everybody was in the hot rooms doing the chat ops for 48 hours plus, and then it stopped, and it snowed, and it was beautiful, and I wanted to go skiing. But it started again. And I got so frustrated that I landed a backflip for the first time in my life. That's dangerous. Don't do that. But it was this moment of release for me because I was so frustrated with the way the incident was going. And I thought, there has to be a better way to help the people in this DevOps transformation handle their jobs better because they're stressful. People rely on the things we build. And so that's part of what underpins our entire company's product strategy, but also how we think about DevOps practices. Start with culture and collaboration, build on the tools, and from there you can do some really great things. And so today we're going to run probably the largest team health monitor we've ever done. I don't know, 2,000 to 3,000 people. It's called our DevOps Health Monitor. And what we're going to do is we've open sourced these. You can get them on our website. If you Google Atlassian DevOps Playbook, you'll find these. And I'm going to bring out the Bitbucket product team here. And they're going to be our happy volunteers. But I'd love all of you to volunteer. Use your thumbs. That's it. I'm not going to ask for anything more difficult. No cheesy applause. Do it in your head. Do it in real life. You're going to do thumbs up, neutral, or thumbs down for your own team. You don't have to tell us, but do it, share it. So I have the Bitbucket team here. Let's bring them out. So let's start here. Angie, tell us about what you do.
Hi, everyone. My name's Angela, and I'm on the Bitbucket development team.
My name's Logan, and I'm on the Bitbucket operations team.
My name's Jim. I'm on the Bitbucket support team.
All right. And this is something we actually do quite regularly internally at Atlassian. And it's something that I hope you can take home from this event, right? We'll all take home a USB cord. We'll all take home some stickers and some koozies. But if your boss asks you, what did you get out of Fluent? You can run a team health monitor. And in the next 6 minutes, you'll be a pro. So first of all, we've published a bunch of these plays. If you're on the site, a service team health monitor or the DevOps team health monitor will get you started. And it looks like this. Each one of these categories we'll run through with the thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we repeat this on the cycle that makes sense for our team. It could be at the end of every sprint, could be at the end of the month or the quarter, but it's how we assess how the team is doing. So we're going to run through it pretty quick. We're going to use some fake examples with the Bitbucket team. But hey, team, you just shipped a massive new feature. It's called semantic search for code search for Bitbucket. And it sort of does for code search what Google did for web search. Makes a big difference. A lot of stress on the team building and shipping this feature. So how did we do on team leadership, Bitbucket team? Thumbs up, thumbs down, or neutral? OK, we got a yellow in the middle. We might come back to that. How did we do in terms of a balanced team? Did we have the right skills in the right roles? Were we gapping anymore? Did we force someone to take on a role that maybe they didn't have the right training for? Give us the measure, team. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So for the most part, we were pretty strong there. On the next category, service mandate. Did we understand the service we were providing and the expectations of that service when we shipped this product and released it? Bitbucket team? OK, it's a neutral across the board. We might come back to it. Service levels. Did we understand the expectations? Did we communicate those to the other organizations internally about what we were shipping and what the customer expectations would be? Go. Oh, a red. We're going to dig into this one. You want to find a red because that's where you can make improvements. There's a red somewhere in all of your teams. Customer centricity. Did we understand what the customer wanted? Did we have information about customer needs, about customer requests, about customer feedback? Did you feel like you had a clear enough picture of the customer needs in this situation? Good. All right. Tools and process. Did we give you the right tools? Did we operationalize the usage of those tools in the right way? Did you have access to them? Could you communicate effectively? How did we do? Another red. So I'm going to skip through the last two, and we're going to go into mitigation here. So we've completed our first team health monitor. Usually we'll spend about an hour on these. And in each section, we'll talk in more detail about what worked and what didn't. In this case, I want to start with service levels and tools and process. We'll ask the team for some more information about what worked and what didn't. So I noticed service levels was red. Bitbucket team, what happened there? Why did you give it a red?
If you're going to ship a feature, you need to tell support ahead of time. We were not prepared for the volume of tickets we received. We weren't prepared for some of the questions we've gotten. And that's really slowed everything down. We can't get people taken care of as quickly as we can.
Yeah, this never happens, right? Someone shipped a feature and didn't tell support. Of course, we're just doing this for the play here, right?
Of course.
So you didn't know the feature was coming. You didn't have time to prep your team, and now they're on the phone with customers and not able to give answers, basically?
Basically. We have to wait for developers to come online to ask them questions that we should have been able to answer up front.
That feels like a breakdown in process. We're going to diagnose that a little bit more. How about on the ops side? What happened with this release that caused you to give us a red? I think, Logan, you gave us a red. I think it was around service levels.
Yeah, I felt that the ops team in general didn't have enough input into the development of the product, and as a result, the product doesn't scale well. It's not as performant as we like to see. In general, it's kind of giving us headaches.
And performant, where's the problem? What's happening here? Is it that we rolled it out to too many people at once? Performance issues?
Well, we used our monitoring and analytics to drill down, and we noticed that it has bottlenecked on the database, particularly.
Got it. So, Angela, on the dev team, I know our CEO promised this feature. We wanted to get it out. Why did you give us a red on tools and process and service levels, I think? What's going on in your world?
Yeah, so we've been getting a lot of pressure to get code start shipped. We've been working day and nights on this, but the code is just kind of sitting with ops, and we don't really know why.
Oh, we've all dealt with that in some part of our lives. So we have stressed out developers trying to code really fast. We have operations teams that take the brunt of a failure when it goes out in front of customers. And we have a support team that wants to be better when it comes to the customers they're talking to. Left unsolved, these problems are what cause your employees to go work somewhere else. But if we can do this at the end of the sprint and check it next week or next month and check in with the team, I'm going to put some steps in place to improve. Have we improved? We run the measures. Have we improved again? We run the measures. Except something's red now. I've been able to discover through this process that something is getting worse within the team on effective partnerships. Maybe we have a large Agile organization with cross-functional teams that depend on each other. We need to diagnose that and make it better. And so the health monitor gives you a view of how your team is performing over a period of time. And then the playbooks will actually give you ways to address that diagnosis and get the team healthy. There are over 20 different plays that you can run. And on the sidebar here, you can see pick the type of team or project that you're working on, and then pick the pain points that were identified. And this will take you through a process to help your team improve. You can see there's a large number of plays here. In this case, for the DevOps Health Monitor, we're going to recommend the DAISY decision-making framework. This is about bringing in the right person at the right time to make the right decision. So Logan, you may have had concerns about database performance. Angela, you had concerns about shipping by the date that you wanted to ship it, perhaps. Someone needs to make that decision, and we need to know who that decision maker is. DAISY will help you do that. Pre-mortem is something we do that's a lot of fun. It helps us figure out what's going to go wrong before we release something. It's essentially a good collaboration on what could go wrong. And lastly, roles and responsibilities. Somebody had the job to make sure support was aware, except they didn't, and we missed it. And that will help us identify that problem and make it better. So a couple of things. There's a party tonight. We like to work hard, play hard at 6:30, DevOps After Dark. We have a session tomorrow with our head of infrastructure at 9:50. And lastly, you can get these playbooks as PDFs. You can get them as Confluence templates, and you can bring them back to your team and execute them tomorrow. You have the 10-minute overview. Spend an hour, spend 30 minutes, but you might be surprised about the improvements you can make. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Bitbucket.